up, dudes?
What's going on, dudes? What's going on?
We're back at it again with our fourth episode. And today we are going to talk about the wide receivers.
Oh, yeah.
But once again, I forgot to introduce ourselves. This is Ink, Champ. And today we're gonna talk, like I said, talk about our top 10 wide receivers out in football fantasy.
Let's go. Let's get into it.
All right, man. Do you want to go with your number one first?
Well, of course, everybody already knows who's number one up there, so we can both. Everybody on their planet, everybody on their mother knows who it is. So we'll just get it out the way. Straight out, Michael Thomas.
Yes, sir. Once again, just because it's Michael Thomas, he's been very dominant the last 2 years, right? I think he's coming to his own.
That dude cannot miss. Like, he doesn't drop balls. You throw it in his direction, he's going to catch it. If he can get it, he's going to get it.
Oh, for sure. I think he averaged 102 yards a game receiving.
That's 10 points right there off yardage
alone. So now you can imagine, in most football leagues, a touchdown goes for the 6 points, right? So,
yeah, but then also you got to also factor in also PPR. Mm-hmm. Whether they play a half-point PPR, they play a full-point PPR. 10 catches for 100 yards, that's 20 points right there, easily.
Yeah.
Not counting touchdowns, so.
Dude, that man himself was wrecking fantasy leagues. Imagine, who would have thought last year he would have racked up what he did? I know there's some games where he...
I did.
There you go, the champ.
I thought about him.
The champ. I wish I would have drafted him. That's for sure. But yeah, Michael Thomas, I mean, his touchdown numbers, not all that impressive, but last year it looks like a lot of receivers didn't have huge touchdown numbers.
But once again, it's exactly how your fantasy system is set up. Whether it's half-point PPR, full-point PPR, there's leagues out there that don't even factor in catches at all. So, I mean,
yeah,
it all depends on what type of style you play and all that. So, with that being said, given, and no matter what it is, Michael Thomas is overall the number one wide receiver out there in the NFL right now.
No doubt.
Yeah, you cannot go wrong. And then not only that, just because you have Drew Brees with you right there, just slinging you the ball, so you know it's going to be on point.
Oh, yeah. And I think even when they played the Super Bowl contenders last year, they still racked up points. If anything, New Orleans actually balled out even more.
Anytime it comes to clutch moments, Drew Brees comes to play. I'll tell you right now, Michael Thomas comes to play. That whole team always comes to play when it comes time to when the lights shine. They come to play. There's been a couple instances where they had a couple no calls go their way that kind of stuck, where it actually cost them going on a trip to the Super Bowl. But, you know, no use in crying over spilled milk right now.
Yeah, and they actually just picked up Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah,
so
that's a good compliment. Yeah,
yeah.
Emmanuel Sanders is pretty old.
Mm-hmm.
He's up there in his age, but he's a vet. He's also another wide receiver that doesn't drop balls. So having two guys right there that, you know, can actually hold on to the rock, you know, definitely going to help out.
Yeah, and the good thing about it, I mean, the Sean Payton scheme is more of a vertical. So it's going to be really good. Emmanuel, obviously, I don't know, he doesn't look like he's lost a step yet. So it's going to definitely open up a lot of underneath routes for Michael Thomas. And especially that you got good old reliable right there with Cook at tight end still.
Yep.
So once again, Michael Thomas, number one. And their schedule is kind of hard. They're going up against a lot of playoff contending teams. They got Tampa Bay in the first
That's
game.
got to be the game of the year right there. You have no idea. I wanted to go see that game live just because it's Tom Brady. It's Drew Brees. You don't often get marquee matchups like that right off the bat. And then not only that, two future first ballot Hall of Famers going at it. Could be their last hurrah, both of them.
Yeah, most likely. And then after that, they got Vegas, bums, Green Bay, and then Detroit. After they lost
trash.
After they lost their DBs this offseason, Michael Thomas is gonna rip them a new one, probably Emmanuel, and then they got the Chargers, Carolina. Once again, they're still on rebuild mode. Chai, I don't know. That's they haven't lost a step in that defense, even if Vic Fangio left. But let's see. And like I said, so on and so forth. It's a lot of good defenses that they're going to play. But like you stated, New Orleans comes to play.
Yeah. So those tough games and all that, Michael Thomas is a for sure lock. There's no ands, if, or buts. I wouldn't sit him for anything other than a bye week. No way.
Yeah, definitely pick him up if he's there. Once again,
Right away.
yeah,
First round.
Yeah, if the
He's
quarterback
probably going to be gone within five, 6 picks.
yeah. No doubt.
later
no
than
doubt.
that.
Yeah, I think if he's there above 5, then you're just one lucky son of a gun.
Yeah.
Let me tell you that much.
Yeah, if you can get Michael Thomas at 6, you basically won the wide receiver lottery right there.
Very true. So at number 2 now, we're moving on. I'm going with DeAndre Hopkins, in my opinion.
And that's a good. Actually, that's actually really smart. With Kyle Murray and everything, maybe he's gonna start coming into play. Having Fitzgerald on the other side of him is definitely gonna ease up all the pressure, as opposed to when he was over there in Houston. In Houston, they were always just doubling him up and let Watson try to beat him with Fuller, try to beat him with Stills, try to beat him with the no-name tight end,
Yeah.
or whatever running backs they got, and they couldn't do it. It's just they had to get double up on DeAndre Hopkins, and even if you double up D-Hops, I mean, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. That man's gonna go get it. It's 1A and 1B with that one also, in my opinion, but just knowing the fact that he has Fitzgerald on the side is great also for him. So it's gonna definitely open up more production out of him.
Yeah, and the schedule is kind of tough, but once again,
They're in the NFC West, so
so
that's already expected. Already with them going up to see San Francisco a couple of times. Once up in the Bay Area, once down. Once in Arizona, my bad.
Seattle. They're gonna play.
They're gonna go up to Seattle and then come down to Arizona and then LA and go back to AZ. So it's like,
yeah, and I mean, if once again your team is in contention for the playoffs, you cannot go wrong with Hopkins, because the last 3 games, it's against the Rams, it's against the Giants, Philadelphia, and San Fran. So if you wiggle into there, I think Hopkins could actually help you out towards the end of the year.
Arizona should be fighting more for like a wild card spot. So
and especially with the new rule that they implemented this year.
Yep.
With adding an extra.
Yep. A 7 seed.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised. Don't be surprised if Arizona makes it.
I wouldn't be surprised. Not even one bit.
Yeah.
So with your number 2 being DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
This is where I'm a little different right now, and a lot of people are thinking I'm reaching and whatnot, or if I'm riding on Tom Brady's, you know what it is, but whatnot. But damn it, dude, I gotta do this. I'm reaching with this one. I'm gonna go Mike Evans, number 2.
Mike Evans at
number 2.
Ooh.
Just for the fact, Tom Brady.
Tom, bro.
You cannot go wrong with the GOAT. You got a man that can jump out the building. Yes. I love it. Yes. That's going to be his go-to. It ain't going to be Chris Godwin. It ain't going to be Gronkowski. It's going to be Mike motherfucking Evans. Get it.
Yeah, and I think Tom Brady's going to rip everybody a new one except for a couple of teams. Like I said, once again, the first game that they're going to do is against New Orleans. And then you got Carolina. Tom Brady is licking his chops on week 2. Let me tell you that much.
He loves pressure games.
Yeah, and then and once again, Carolina's still in that rebuild mode. They got a new coach. Just got rid of almost all their offense. So
the only thing that they did keep in Carolina was a run CMC. But then basically,
yeah. I mean, I think he's gonna want out soon, but who knows? And then
he signed his contract 4 years, so he's locked in for 60-something mil.
Yeah, but then after that, they go to Denver, where Tom Brady sees ghosts. Von Miller chasing him and Bradley Chubb.
Speaking of ghosts and all that, I think we forgot something, and let me bring it up.
Bring it up.
Sorry about this one, fellas. We didn't bring it up in the quarterback talk or anything, so let's bring it up for a quick second. We caught wind. Your boy, Cam Newton, signed with the New England Patriots.
That's right.
League vet minimum contract filled with nothing but incentives.
Yeah,
Can reach up to $7.5 million for 1 year. This worked out in New England's favor, hands down. Woo! New England, y'all just keep robbing fools. Y'all just keep robbing fools.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be a great fit, like you said, just because, it's the system.
I'm not sold on Scam Newton just yet. He's a scam. You saw what he is. You saw what he did in Carolina. He got hurt. Guess what? Easy to replace because they got Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, Christian McCaffrey can do everything you can do, Cam Newton. We don't need you. Go prove it.
And
I don't need you. I never wanted you on any fantasy teams. Get out of here. You got out of town. Now you got time to prove it. You're going to be thrown into a system now. It's not, I'm going to run it my way and party all around and put on my funny hat and woo. No. Now you part of a system, bro.
Yep.
Can you handle? Because if you don't, Bill Belichick going to come over here and spank that ass, man. He's going to whoop that ass. Best believe.
Yeah, he's probably going to try to get some capital off of that, too. I mean, he locked him in for 1 year, and there's going to be a team out there that's probably going to want to bite.
Well, it depends on what he does. Is he going to perform? Is he going to throw more than 10 touchdowns, 15 touchdowns, 20 touchdowns? Who's he going to throw? Edelman.
Yeah, and
after that, N'Keal Harry. Who's after that? You're going to tell me Sonny Michel can actually produce? Damn you, Sonny Michel. Yeah, you, Sonny Michel, need to eat too.
I mean, and this is once again what we talked about in our last podcast is the veganism. For some reason, every player that ends up going vegan, bro, has a decline and gets injured more. Have you noticed that? Because
football players need to eat steak.
They do.
Y'all need to eat some meat.
You can't just be eating lettuce.
Nah.
I know it's more than that, of course, but I've met a couple of vegans and they get hurt pretty fast, man.
The best example I can use on that one is Arian Foster. Oh, God, Arian Foster, you were coming out, you balled out like an animal. You became vegan. What'd you became?
A vegetable.
Dude, you became like a glass house, dude. You got touched and bam, there you go. You went down.
Yeah.
Your career went down the shitter because you went vegan.
Yeah, and this is like just off of basic analysis. I think you need, if you're playing professional sports, you need a little meat in your diet. You don't have to eat a lot. But just a little bit, But anyways, we'll go back to
Cam Newton, 1 year, league vet, New England. Y'all robbed the league. Y'all robbed the league again.
That's the mastermind, though. That's Bill Belichick. He's gonna get you.
I don't know. I don't know how Belichick keeps doing it. And you know what's funny is the NFL just keeps letting him do it. They just keep letting him.
I think, Bill Belichick abuses the system, and this is the thing that I kind of.
That's why he has 8 rings.
Yeah, this is kind of why I don't like Bill Belichick, because when they have their yearly ceremony about rule changes, adding rules, and all this stuff, who is the one that proposes 75% of those rules? Can you tell me who?
Y'all don't have to like it. Damn it, you're going to respect it.
Dang.
Put some motherfucking respect on that name.
So, but anyways, we're straying away. We're going on to a different completely topic. So we're going to go back to
Mike Evans, number 2. Number 3.
For me, number 3, I go Mike Evans.
I go DeAndre Hopkins.
There you go. It's weird. We
flip-flop.
Flip-flop. Okay, so let's go more into Mike Evans. The fact that, once again, they're getting Gronkowski, and they got OJ over there. And they have, I think it was Goodwin, right?
Chris Goodwin.
He had a pretty good year last year.
He definitely had a good year. He came out of nowhere. I didn't even see him come out of nowhere, and he just, started balling out.
Yeah, so I think Tom Brady is going to get the ball out more to Mike. Because Mike, dude, that dude is a monster. When you put him to work, he is a mismatch. He is a nightmare to DBs. You watch, you play that tape. You watch the games. I've seen a couple games. And that man, when you don't think he's open, he is open. And Tom Brady likes to throw those balls.
Tom Brady's going to start learning to start launching the ball. Ain't no more time for you to dink and dunk. You got those weapons. Use them. Use and abuse them.
Yeah, because
let him go get that rock.
Yeah, because his longest yard, Mike Evans, for receiving is 67 yards. And he averaged about 85 yards a game.
He had Winston as basically his QB for his whole career. He lucked out and had Fitzmagic for a little while. And Fitzmagic did his thing. I'll give you that.
Fitzmagic is that like luxurious Band-Aid. He is a very luxurious Band-Aid, bro, that you just I don't know how to explain the guy.
It was time to rip it off.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Fitzmagic, he's something else. I love him. No hate for the man.
And then Winston, like, that guy's just going to throw the ball. He doesn't care whether you catch it or gets intercepted. That dude's the only quarterback with the 30 for 30 club. So, I mean, God bless you for thinking you're the greatest quarterback of all time because, man, I need whatever you have on, man. Woo. Whatever you smoking, or whatever you have in them W's, dude, that you eating, dude, you need to pass that on over because, man.
Hey, we're willing to do a sponsorship deal for the W's.
For the W.
For the W's. And we're going to call it the 30 for 30 segment.
Yeah, the 30 for 30 dub.
Right? So, and once again, Mike Evans didn't even play all the games. He only played 13 games.
And he still balled.
out. So, once again, for me, I would honestly still take Hopkins at 2. And then if Mike Evans is there, snipe him up at 3.
Basically, you guys already heard what it's like for me with DeAndre Hopkins. It's just flip-flop for me. Like I said, you can't go wrong with it. So if you want Evans at 3 and DeAndre Hopkins at 2, it's all still good. Like, that's whatever you feeling, whatever your gut's telling you at that time, go ahead.
Yeah, once again, I look at the schedules. So, I mean, that's just something you guys can really think about. Do the deep research before you go and draft one of these two guys. So that's why I went with Hopkins too, because Arizona kind of has an easier schedule. But let's move on to number 4. My number 4 pick, and I think this is kind of a reach still.
I think everybody probably goes with this one for the number 4 if I think who you're thinking. But go ahead.
My number 4, and this is kind of a reach, bro, because I had him on my fantasy football team last year, and he did not produce as much as I thought he would. Julio Jones.
I'll give you that. See? I have 4. See?
4. Julio Jones.
4. Julio Jones. So,
it's a risk.
That's it, dude. This is it. This is your last year. That's it. If after 8 games we don't see you producing, we're going to know that Calvin Ridley is going to take that from you.
We're going to trade you. If I was to pick him up once again and he's not producing by...
After the 6th, 7th game, trade his ass.
Trade him.
Because Calvin Ridley is going to produce outside of him, but that's another segment for when we talk about more your diamond and your rough players.
Yeah, so like I said, I have him at number 4 because he almost reached that 100 yards per game, so close to that Michael Thomas. But his touchdown was lacking. 6 touchdowns. There was a game where I believe he caught for 100 something plus yards, but he could not get into the end zone.
And that's also my fault with him is that he can rack up the yards. He can catch the ball. It's just he can't get to the end zone. Has he lost a step? Is his age catching up? We talked about this the other time when we talked.
Yeah.
And to me, this is his last hurrah for me. There's no more coming back after this. You do now or no more.
Yeah, because even in the news, they have Matty. I believe there was an interview where they asked Matty Ice, who is the best quarterback in your division? And he claimed to still be the best quarterback. But if your play doesn't show for the last 2 years, don't you dare ever say that.
28-3, Matty Ice. 28-3.
That's what annoys me.
Don't forget that.
Prove it. Come out with the dog. Come out with the dog, man. Wasn't he the same draft as Aaron Rodgers?
This is, to me, like I said.
I know that was Alex Smith, I think.
Julio Jones's last year. This has got to be more than likely, like I said. The window's closing on you guys fast, Atlanta.
Yeah.
Matty Ice needs to prove it now.
And even
Julio Jones needs to prove it now.
Yeah, and as an organization, I would honestly take the gamble and trade him if I don't see him producing. Like we said, even if he doesn't produce for your football fantasy team and in real life,
trade him.
I would trade him. I would also package Matty Ice with that.
And that's going a little too far right now. But then again, like you could blow it up potentially in mid-season. Hey, sunshine.
Bring him home, Jerry.
Not there. Yeah, let him go to Jerry World. But yeah, Julio Jones, number 4.
Yeah, because, I mean, their schedule is not, it's kind of hard. No, it's very difficult. So, they got Seattle. And then we were just talking about this off air, but Dallas was actually considered in the 11th position of defense.
They should not even be considered number 11.
And
who in their outright mind puts them at 11? How you put Dallas at 11?
Pro Football Focus, I think.
Dallas at number 11?
Yep.
Dude. How?
I don't know, man.
How? At 11?
At 11.
Well, what? 5, 6, 7 picks the whole season?
I think they got Dallas had the fewest picks, I believe. There was another team, but can you imagine being a playoff contender and only getting 7 picks? It's weird. I don't know what. Like I said,
I don't know what these pros are smoking either.
Jason Garrett's out.
Yeah, but still at 11.
Yeah,
no.
And once again, that's why I'm saying it's kind of a reach for Julio Jones right now because the schedule for Atlanta is kind of tough. I'm gonna just go through it very quick: Seattle, Dallas, Chicago, Green Bay, Carolina, Minnesota, Detroit, Carolina again, Denver, New Orleans, Vegas, New Orleans again, Chargers, Tampa, and KC. All those teams that I just named, for the most part, top 10 defense.
And this is like we were just talking. This is more of like this gives them their chance to be their last hurrah. Whether you go all out and you're all in, or that's a wrap. So and blow it up.
Yeah. So it's a very big risk. Once again, I think getting Jones at 4, very big risk, but
the reward is
is also as juicy as the risk.
Yes.
Once again, the famous quote: "You gotta risk it to get the biscuit."
Yes, sir.
So at number 5, who do you got at 5? Oh, I know who I got at 5.
So this one at me, a lot of people are going to be really surprised that I'm going to go for this one. But I got to pay this man. His quarterback, I'm starting to give him his respect. The guys that I talk to now, starting to give this quarterback a little bit more respect because I was giving no respect whatsoever. I called him soft. Thought he was a cream puff. I thought he was nothing. I just thought he was just a product of the system that he was in. But he's starting to come out. Produced. He's won a chip. Was cost another chip because his coach told him to pass the ball. Stupid ass. Next time, let Beast Mode do his thing, all right? Number 5, Tyler Lockett. I'm going with Tyler Lockett. Number 5. Russell Wilson loves this man. Loves him to death. And for some strange apparent reason, Lockett will find a way to get open. See, Russell Wilson, when he starts moving out of the pocket, it's like they start playing like schoolyard ball. And Lockett, I don't know. He gets it. He knows what's up. And he just follows Wilson. He follows Wilson and finds him. I love that.
Yeah, I think I would let Lockett slide, and then or keep him towards the end of the year, because towards the end of the year, Seattle they play against Philadelphia, the Giants. Who else? Let me see. The Jets and Washington and the Rams. So I think he's gonna be good, but not week 1 through 8. He's gonna come to his own when it comes to that playoff stretch. I think that's when you could hold him. You could hold him. I wouldn't risk putting him in the beginning because they're going to go against New England, Dallas,
soft.
Miami. Who knows? Miami is a dark horse this year.
Soft.
Minnesota, Arizona, San Fran, Buffalo, the Rams, Arizona again. I mean, he could go off this whole year, but I think he's one of those players that will definitely go off when it comes to the playoff stretch, because that's when Seattle really comes to life. They come to life in the second half of the year.
And that's all you need.
Yeah.
Because coming down the stretch, that's when you need him the most.
Well, I'm going to go different at number 5. And this man did not play the whole season last year, but when he did play, he racked up some points. Tyreek Hill. I'm going to go with Tyreek Hill.
I thought you were gonna go with a different way, so I'm gonna leave you alone that one. I could see number 5.
Nah.
I thought you were gonna say Mr. Green, Mr. AJ Green.
No. Heck
Say.
Nah, AJ Green, you gotta.
I was about to smack you upside the head with that one.
He has to request a trade already. Get out of Cincy. Burrow, you're cool and all, but you need young core to work with. AJ's getting up there. He needs a proven quarterback right now. But that's another conversation for another day. But once again, at number 5, I definitely think that you should take Tyreek Hill because I took him in the beginning of the season. And I think he was suspended, right? He was suspended for a bit. Nobody took him. And once the playoffs came around, the man was racking me up some points. And especially that you have Kelsey, one of the best route running tight ends, I think, in the football game. And then you have Sammy Watkins. I think he resigned for another year. I think. And then they have another stud over there.
Is it Kelvin Benjamin?
Shut up. No, it's not Kelvin Benjamin. It was another guy. They drafted him last year.
No, they drafted him this year. This is going to be a stud. This is going to be a dark horse, and this is going to be part of our diamond in the rough conversation. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, their running back from LSU.
Oh, that was the first round pick.
Fucking animal. He was the last. Yeah, he was the last pick in the first round. That dude is a fucking animal, dude.
Yeah, because they didn't have a running game. McCoy already at the end of his career.
And none of the Damian and the other Williams.
They were
y'all
trash.
Were fucking
trash.
Straight
even with a great quarterback at the helm, you guys were still trash. The running backs. I mean, I'm not a pro, but come on, I've seen other teams make chicken salad. You know.
And McCoy, LaShawn McCoy, he got his ring, so it's time for you to hang him up, bro. I mean, Shady.
Yeah.
You did your thing. You did your thing. You were a beast in Philly. You did your thing. You got your chip. Time to hang him up, bro.
Exactly. So, once again, I go with him at number 5 because obviously KC, they have my homeboy, MVP, and
made me a believer real fast.
And once again, towards the end of the year, let me look at it again. Let me see. Towards the end of the year, they go against Vegas, Tampa Bay, Denver, Miami, New Orleans, Atlanta, and the Chargers. So, I'm not going to lie. Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, they always rack up the numbers against Denver. You know?
They go together like peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah. Always racking up numbers against Denver, and they always have their way with the Chargers. New Orleans.
Give me some chon-chon.
So, yeah, that's who I'm going with at number 5. So we're going to take a quick break now, and then we'll continue with the rest of our list. And yeah.
See you guys in a few.
See you in a few. All right, so we're back from
back at it, dudes.
Back at from our break, dudes. So when we left off, we said Tyreek at number 5. Once again, Mahomes is going to have his way. So once again, Kelsey, Hill, they're going to have their days against divisional rivals. I'm a Denver fan, so I know I get to see them twice a year.
And Tyreek Hill's just going to run like crazy on anybody. Nobody's going to catch him.
Yeah, he is a man that if there is another guy that runs that slant route perfect or runs the go,
You're going to catch him.
Next to Michael Thomas. He's next to Michael Thomas when it comes to that route running.
And you won't catch him.
Mm-hmm.
I'll guarantee you won't catch. This is the only wide receiver that I'll say in our list that you're not going to catch.
No.
Tyreek Hill, you won't catch.
Unless you lay him out. Go for the legs.
Sweep the leg.
Yeah, he was out. He was out for a couple games for me because of that. So maybe I should be a head coach. Nah.
Go for it, bro.
So number 6 for me, I'm going to go with a man that I don't think a lot of people, I think once I start heading to my 6 and above, a lot of people don't take these guys into consideration. But I go with Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp. What'd I say?
No, you got it right, but it's just no.
No, you want to take him there?
Not even close.
I'd take him there.
Not even close.
I don't know why you wouldn't take him there.
Not even. You got Jared Goff as your quarterback. That's it. I got nothing more to say.
Well, check this out.
Jared Goff.
Jared
Goff.
From all, like, how many games did he play? He played. He didn't play. Oh yeah, they say he played 16 games, but I think he played less because he got injured.
Yeah, because he's nobody.
But let me tell you this: he racked up more touchdowns than our top fives. He has 10 touchdowns on last season, and like I said, I saw him on a fantasy team, and he was still racking up points.
1 yard touchdowns is trash. He ain't shit.
Well,
he
we'll
shouldn't
see.
be allowed in this top 10.
Well,
My personal opinion, he's garbage. I would throw him in the dumpster. He ain't part of this list.
well,
But
I'll go with him. I'll
you can
stick.
do that.
I'll stick to my gut.
Not even
I'll
close.
stick to my gut at number 6.
My 6 right here, Tyreek Hill. Exactly what we were just talking about. We said everything we need to say about Tyreek Hill. There's nothing wrong. You can go with him at number 6. The only thing that can probably happen is someone sweeps the legs. That's it. You go and you injure him, that's a wrap. Or if he goes and does something stupid again, that's a wrap. Outside of that, no.
Yeah, I think once again, like with Cooper, that's the same problem. Cooper, I mean Cup.
Cooper Cup.
Cooper Cup.
In the great words of Richard Sherman, that dude is mediocre. I repeat, he's mediocre.
You keep saying that, and it's the irony that Richard Sherman himself
He got smashed on by Sammy Watkins.
is mediocre. I don't like Richard Sherman because he talks a big game, but if you play the tape, not that good. I keep saying it when it came to the Legion of Boom, not that good. Why? Because it's either you threw the way of Chancellor, or Earl Thomas, or Bobby Wagner. You had a 3-headed monster there, and Sherman just had to chill. Not that good.
He lucked out that he played in a great system with him, and he had great supporting cast.
Richard Sherman is not good at all, guys. He really isn't.
He stopped Michael Crabtree.
Michael Crabtree's a bum, bro. Akeem Talib stopped Michael Crabtree.
Didn't Akeem Talib punk him for his chain?
Exactly.
Give me my chain.
So please, let's not put Michael in this conversation because he is mediocre. Okay? Moving on. So
Tyreek Hill 6 on my end.
I'm sticking with Coop. They say that Jared Goff is top 3 most accurate quarterback. I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with that. I don't watch a lot of Rams games, but like I said, watching him on a couple fantasy teams, he racked up his points.
Jared Goff is straight trash.
They should have never paid him that
Ram
much.
fans, y'all should have never paid him that much.
For sure.
Not even close. That defense is what got you guys there. Aaron Donald is the reason you got there to the Super Bowl, not Jared Goff.
True. Who did I have as okay, yeah, and at number 7, I like to go with underdogs a lot. Number 7, I'm gonna go with Devontae Adams.
Bingo.
On the money?
On the money.
Okay. Number
We're
7,
good
Devontae
right
Adams.
there. Devontae Adams. And I'm sure we know exactly why. Because Aaron Rodgers is going to go ham.
And I kept saying that, and I'm going to keep preaching that. But not only that, but Devontae Adams obviously had that foot injury. I think it was an ankle, right? So he was out for a little bit of the midseason.
The supporting cast that he has, Geronimo Allison, and then a Lazard or whoever they have over there as their supporting cast. I know it's Lazard and Geronimo out there. They came to their own. They were nobodies, and people were just picking them up. And actually, they were taking care of business while Adams was out.
Yeah.
And guess what? Adams is coming back from that injury. He's gonna be better.
He's hungry, man. He like looking at the stat sheet. Even he had 5 touchdowns in just 12 games, which I think is still impressive. And he averaged about 80 yards, 85 plus yards a game.
And then not only that, y'all disrespected Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
How are you going to disrespect Aaron Rodgers?
The bad man himself. Yeah, man. And once again, Adams was his favorite target. Have you saw a couple of the Green Bay games? Dude, once again, you put on the tape, bro, and Adams, I honestly think he doesn't get enough respect.
He doesn't.
Because if you look at his technique, his route running, oof, he's a bad man. And especially, once again, second year in the system, they're learning the playbook now. It's a West Coast offense.
Aaron Rodgers is going to say, fuck your playbook. I'm just going to throw it to Adams. That's basically what's going to happen. Straight out. Just let me tell you slant, you go, you curl, 3-step slant. That's all I need you to do. That's it. Shut up, coach. Let me do what I do. And let me win.
Now, are you thinking maybe MVP season for Rodgers? Not Super Bowl, but maybe MVP? Question mark?
Question mark.
Question mark.
Question mark. Can I see it happening? Yes. Yes, I can. Because anytime you've ever been felt disrespected and shaded in any way, slight shade form, you go out and you produce. And you go, and this is the best time you go out. So, Aaron Rodgers, I'm hyping you up, man. Go out there. Do your thing. Definitely destroy that NFL. Because you think they're going to replace you with Jordan Love? Come on. No.
Yeah.
Jordan Love's a good quarterback. Played good college ball. Is he ready? I don't know. Don't know. Can he learn behind Rodgers? Of course he can. Anybody can learn behind Rodgers. But I'd be pissed if I was Rodgers. Because you ask for weapons, and instead you try to draft somebody to take over for him. Nah. Aaron Rodgers is here to take over. He's going to be there with Devontae Adams to take over.
Mm-hmm. That's true. And once again, they have a really young receiving core out there.
They do.
They're not even, so like you said, they really didn't put any respect on any of the receivers. Maybe,
not at all.
Maybe the coach didn't draft a receiver because he trusts his guys. But once again, they had a very high pick, and they went with a quarterback.
Or maybe, how about this? I'm just thinking of this right now. What if they did that on purpose to piss off Rodgers? To make it come out of him.
I would, because when Porch came out, he was very pissed off.
Oh, yeah.
Very. He didn't respond to nobody.
Furious.
So maybe that could be a LaFleur thing. Maybe
All psychological.
Maybe.
Who knows?
But once again,
Adams,
get
ready.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what schedule Green Bay has. I'm not going to go over that because
Does not matter. He does not care.
Because Rodgers, time and time again, he has proven that he could take out Super Bowl teams.
And like I said several times, if God loves the football team, it's got to be the Green Bay Packers.
Yes, sir. So now, so you'd agree? Then your number 7 was
Adams
as well. So at number 8, I'm kind of throwing this out there because a lot of I know we bash on Detroit a lot. I know this because I'm part of that.
And there's some certain lights that we've talked about them too.
Yeah.
So more than likely, we're gonna agree once again.
So at number 8, I'm gonna go with I don't want to butcher his name, Kenny Galladay. At number 8, a lot of people didn't think that Detroit's receivers were gonna ball out last year. I think for two of the receivers in Detroit, right here, he got 11 touchdowns last season, and his boy got 9.
And this is the one of the few things that I said that Detroit does have some shining lights in. First one that I said was Kerryon Johnson. That running back is a stud.
Yep, the rookie.
Second one,
last year rookie.
Galladay. I became a believer. He came to play. He's ready to step up. Do I agree with that quarterback that they have with the staph infection?
Yeah.
No. I do not trust Stafford, not one bit. Do I trust Galladay to go get it? Yes, I do.
Because in the last games, I had my notes, but I forgot them. But Galladay against Chai racked up, I believe it was like 125 yards and 1 touchdown against Chai.
You can't do that against Chicago, dude.
And
you can't. And not with that Mac attack.
Yeah, the first game, he didn't rack up a lot. I think he racked up like 75 yards, but 1 touchdown still, nonetheless. So Galladay, for his first coming out season, he balled out. So now imagine that experience that you play against your divisional rivals. You know how they play. You know how they attack you on the defensive side. Now he can actually, if he puts in that work, could go above and beyond a better season than he had last year. And he did it with 2 backup quarterbacks. 2. Not 1. 2 backup quarterbacks, and he still balled out.
I considered Matt Stafford a backup too, so you can sort of say 3.
Okay, 3.
The shade is real.
The shade.
Now
is
we're
real.
going to start with the shade. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. So once again, I know we bash Detroit a lot, but their receivers
Galladay,
are the real deal.
Galladay, you for real?
Both of them, but I would definitely take Galladay first.
Definitely.
So he is my number 8. Definitely. If Stafford wants to come back and actually, I don't know, man.
Restructure that contract, man.
Yeah, get some things around.
You ain't Clayton Kershaw, bro.
I mean, all he really was a gunslinger.
He was.
But like I said,
How many playoff wins?
Has he even been to?
He's been to the playoffs, but Dallas booted him. But outside of that, I don't know too much about Dallas or Detroit, should I say, being in the playoffs. As you know.
Yeah. So once again, we talked about that in the last podcast. You can go check that out. We don't want to get too much into detail, but he is my number 8.
Galladay, 8.
Galladay, 8. And number 9, this man, I don't know if you have him in the same number. I'm a little confused about him. He balls out sometimes, and he goes into a shell sometimes. I think he is a very high-end second wide receiver, not a first. Amari Cooper.
Number 9, Amari Cooper.
You too?
Me too.
Okay.
So
and we don't not make this list together, guys.
No, we completely separate from
separate
each other.
rooms, separate rooms.
Yeah. So I'm really shocked that we're actually agreeing on a lot of this of our wide receivers, or just had one flip flop with the other. But this one,
and the one we had disagreed with was I thought Cooper
Cup.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Amari Cooper, he played like he wanted to ball out, and I was one of the first people to admit, and I'll admit it. The guys that I talk to outside of the podcast or anything, they know the moment that I found out that we gave up a first rounder for Amari Cooper, I was ready to just break everything in sight. I did not agree with that whatsoever. But then again, Philadelphia offered a number 2. So it made sense that Dallas did offer the number 1. Did I agree with it? No. Do I still agree with it? Not at all. Did it pay off? Yes, it did. So in that instance, I was wrong. Amari Cooper has come out. He produced. Last season, he took a dip a little bit, but then again, all of Dallas took a dip completely.
Yeah.
Thanks to you, Dak.
He that shall not be named.
But anyways, Amari Cooper, he'll come out. He's a stud. He'll play. He's a wide receiver 1, not a 2. He's a wide receiver 1.
I think
he's ready to lead the charge. He just got paid. So this is the only thing I'm hoping to God that I'm wrong on this. Certain players, certain receivers, and all that are huge divas. They get their big ass payday, and guess what? They dip. They call it. They wait for their contract to come around again, and then they start balling again. Mm-hmm. Please, 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 prove me wrong with this one, Cooper.
Yeah, because now, like I said, you guys got CeeDee Lamb. Top 3 wide receiver in the draft.
I'm still sketchy about that, but it is what it is now. Yeah. So there's nothing more we can do. Now try to make chicken salad.
Chicken salad. That's what you got to make. So once again, just watching a couple games of him, I think he's a very luxurious number 2 to have. But once again, I don't follow Dallas that much. Only from what I've seen a couple games.
CeeDee Lamb will be put in the slot. Michael Gallup will be the number 2.
Oh yeah, Michael Gallup also came into his own, right?
Yes, he did.
Yeah. So
and this is another one where we can talk more about diamonds in the rough, because people already know who Michael Gallup is, but then again,
But
we'll speak a little bit more about that one on another day.
Yeah, we're like I said,
podcast.
Yeah, we're eventually gonna dive deep into some of these teams, some of these unknown players. But so Amari. We said that number 9, right?
Number 9.
So at number 10, I think this is where we definitely are not going to agree on.
And a lot of people are going to be like, "Where the hell are you guys talking about?"
Who do you have? Who I have at number 10?
I have at number 10, but do you know who I have at number 10?
I don't know who you have at number 10. I switched on my number 10 in the last minute, but
not me. I already know who I have as my number 10. And a lot of people are going to say, "What the hell?" I'm thinking, because out of anything, I probably bash on this team a grip too.
Well, at my number 10, I'm going Cortland Sutton.
Little home cooking, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Going home cooking. All right. Go ahead. Reach on it.
All right. So, who do you have here, number 10?
My number 10,
Yeah.
Devontae Parker.
Oh my goodness. Dude, no. Don't listen to him at number 10. Please, 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 please. I look at that schedule. It is horrific. I will talk about Cortland Sutton. You know, he can think, I don't know what he is thinking. Devontae. Anyways, that's a diamond in the rough, I think. But like very deep in the rough.
Nobody pays respect to him whatsoever. I didn't pay no respect to him whatsoever.
I'm not paying no respect.
And he actually balled.
I mean, let me talk about Cortland, and then you could talk about whatever that bum over there. So Cortland, he didn't have any support. His first, I mean, he had Emmanuel Sanders, but the system was still a little bit different over at Denver, and he really still didn't have any help, you know? You know, your first year as a receiver, you're learning the ropes. You get me? You're not really going to ball out. Second year, they trade Emmanuel within a couple of weeks of the season that's starting. So Noah Fant just got drafted. Really doesn't know a lot. And they say that tight ends also take 2 years to develop. And you only had Phillip Lindsay. Once again, Royce, once he got hurt, once he got hit in that jaw real good and he got injured, he didn't want to play no more.
That Rolls Royce got crashed.
Yeah, and then on top of that, you had I forgot. The receivers are like irrelevant right now. They had Hamilton. He was cool. A couple of other receivers, but they're not really known. You know, they don't really scare you. They're tall, but they weren't fast. They didn't really run their routes. As opposed to Cortland Sutton, he had to be with the bum, Joe Flacco. And Cortland Sutton still made chicken salad, even with him at the helm. So,
and you know what's funny that you say that is because there's a couple of my boys, y'all know who they are. Mm-hmm. They actually were vouching for Cortland Sutton for quite some time.
Yeah,
and he lived and died with Cortland Sutton. And so you know what? Much respect to you for doing that.
Yeah,
I give you that. You know who you are.
Yeah. So once again, Cortland Sutton. Now that he has Judge Judy, as they call him. And then there's another speedy receiver that the Denver drafted, but you know, I gotta show respect to my man. I don't know his name, but he was drafted, I believe, in the third round. Another speedy receiver.
That's something, like I said, we can look up those diamonds in the rough. And
exactly.
We'll get more information on that for you guys for sure.
Yeah, I'm just giving out, you know, why I think Cortland Sutton is gonna have a more breakout year in year 3. You know, he's barely going into year 3, and on top of that, Drew Lock, he developed chemistry instantly. Instantly with Drew Lock, he developed that chemistry.
Your boy Drew Lock's gonna be hyped all game long.
Oh yeah. So you got Lock that, you know, of course balled out against everybody except obviously Casey and that snowy weather.
He went 4-1, right?
He went 4-1, exactly. Out of his 5 starts, he went 4-1, and he threw maybe like 3 interceptions. Not bad for a rookie. So now when it comes to Denver, who are you gonna guard? You have two people in the backfield by the name of Gordon and Lindsey. And then now you have a tight end in Noah Fant that when I watched him play, that dude was a beast. He was, I think they said he was the best rookie tight end of all time. Rookie tight end. So, yeah, I'm going to say that. He looked like a mini Gronk when I watched him play.
Whoa.
Yeah, mini. I never said he was a full Gronk. And then on top of that, you have Judy. So you have to guard all these players now. And that leaves one-on-one for Cortland Sutton. Same thing with DeAndre Hopkins now that he's in AZ. You got to worry about Drake. You got to worry about Fitz. Yeah, what was the other guy's name that you were talking about?
Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk. Now we're going to see what Hopkins can really do. Now we're going to see what Cortland Sutton can really do. So
with all that being said, how's that O-line going to stick around for him?
Well, considering that Denver looked like they had the worst O-line with Joe Flacco, and I forgot the other guy's name, the third backup quarterback.
Was it Simeon?
No, it wasn't Simeon. It was someone else. He looked like a better version of Paxton Lynch. We don't talk about Lynch here. And I forgot his name. It was Brandon something. But the moment that Drew Lock stepped into the field, they actually became a top 10 O-line.
Maybe they didn't want to block for Flacco.
Maybe. But no, but once again, the thing about Flacco is that I explained is that he had a 4-step drop back. You keep dropping back, bro. Those pass rushers don't even have to go inside to rush. They could just easily go out.
But he did win a Super Bowl with that.
You know what? Whatever.
Lucky run. But Devontae Adams on me.
If the lights didn't go out, I blame Beyonce. So,
with Devontae Adams, he's been, from what I've seen and everything, following him around, he's been proven to actually go out and get the ball. This dude has been proven to go and get the ball. He can score. He can run. He does his routes perfect. I mean, he's played with what kind of quarterbacks? He's been in Cleveland, been in Miami. Has it been somewhere else? I can't even remember how, But Devontae Parker has always produced wherever he's at. He comes out, he balls. He talks a lot of shit. Try to talk shit to Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas sat his ass down. So guess what? Now you got something to prove. You went and you talked all that masa online. Maybe you got something to prove.
Yeah.
Who's your quarterback over there? Well, everybody's saying Tua Tagovailoa. Yeah, I know. I probably butchered
Stop
the
butchering the name. We're just gonna hit record.
I'm just gonna say Tua and just leave
just
it at that.
Tua, yeah.
So everybody's saying Tua is gonna be their quarterback. So can he get him the rock?
I mean, once again, I think Park is that. He is probably, I could see him at top 10, but he is definitely that player. Once again, when we talk about Lockett, you want to have Parker at the end of the playoff run. Because at the end of the run, let me look right here. They have the Jets twice. So they have the Jets a bye week, and then they play the Jets again. And then they got Cincy.
Money.
And then this is where it gets harder. KC. Okay, New England. For some reason, Miami just likes to play New England. They don't like to play any other team as hard.
That's their Super Bowl. That's why.
Yeah, and then after that, I think they could maybe, because Vegas, even though I give them a lot of trash talk, their secondary is kind of coming alive. Kind of.
I ain't gonna give them no credit.
I know, that's why I said kind of. Eventually, I need to see what they're gonna do with Chucky. And then for the last one, which was surprising to me, that last year Buffalo was at number 2 at defense. So that's the last game that they're playing. So if you make a deep run and you have Parker in your lineup, that's going to be a little bit sus, because once again, who does Miami really have to line up with Parker? So once again, to get you through the playoffs a little bit, in the beginning of the playoffs, I think Parker he'll suffice. He'll do the job. But if
are there better options? More than likely.
Yeah. So, but once again, this is our pick. I'm just trying to debate his 10.
And I'm debating his 10.
So I think you should take Cortland. Give a shot at him. I think towards the end of the year he came into his own, and now that he has backups, I think he's really gonna dominate. But an honorable mention, I think we'll just give our 2. For the guys that I don't think, the veterans. Because like I said, eventually we're also going to do like diamonds in the rough with rookies that are coming out.
Yep.
So I'm just going to throw this name out there. Mine is going to be T.Y. Hilton.
Mine? I'm going with Keenan Allen still.
Keenan Allen. That bum, I had him in my team last year too.
Yet he still somehow produced.
Yeah, I think T.Y. And I think this is going to be a quarterback thing. If Phillip Rivers can throw beautiful ducks at him.
And got it to Keenan Allen. Can he do the same thing with T.Y.?
Exactly.
I can see it happening.
And that's what I'm hoping for. Because T.Y. has been lost last year in the sense of everybody forgot about him. Remember a couple years ago? 2 years ago with Andrew Luck?
He was unstoppable.
He was unstoppable. And he's not that old. He's like, 27, 28? Somewhere around there. So, hopefully, Rivers can make him relevant again. Because T.Y. deserves that respect, no doubt. He is. I was scared every time Denver played. He is one of those players that you're scared of. That you say, how are we going to double team him? How are we going to shut him down? Because if you put 1-on-1 on that man,
you're going to lose.
He will put you on the grill, and he will.
T.Y. will make you lose. Just like with me, I went with Keenan Allen.
Mm-hmm.
That guy. I don't know how he made some plays, but he goes and gets it. He makes unbelievable catches. He had Phillip Rivers, was a good quarterback.
I think he was above average.
Now he has Tyrod Taylor as a quarterback. He's below average. Can he produce? We're about to find out.
We'll see.
Can Tyrod Taylor do something out there in LA? I don't know.
Or Kaepernick.
Or Kaepernick. Yeah.
Yeah, because once again, when we talked, we thought Kaepernick would go to New England, but now that they got Cam, I think the only destination for Cam is
highway robbery.
Is LA. Yeah. So
Kaepernick to LA?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And especially now that his nemesis, I no longer know who this man is. I lost memory of him, Chris Harris Jr. He for some reason I got like a mini brain for it. I don't know who he is anymore. Who? He's over with Keenan Allen now.
Who?
So that's the only man that and statistically speaking, Chris Harris did shut down Keenan Allen all the time.
So now who's gonna get him?
Exactly. That's what I'm wondering. But I'm glad we got rid of Chris. To leave on this note, because Chris, towards the end of the year, bro, he started blaming him, her, them. Bro, I was like, bro, you just got burned like Richard Sherman. Like, just admit that you lost a step and say that you're a zone guy now. That's why I said who.
Sherman, all respect, you keep doing your thing. You got a chip on you, and we'll just
Hey, how does it? Yeah, you respect him. How does that blowing the lead go? How does getting your ankles broken feel? Oh, let me throw some more salt.
By Sammy Watkins, huh? And that's gonna live on in infamy.
Can we put more salt on that wound? Can we? 20-10.
20-10.
They said don't let up, but what did Sherman do? He clocked out after halftime. Oh, what is he? Mediocre. Stop giving the man credit. He won a ring because of the Legion of Boom and because he played against an old Peyton Manning and threw ducks. Yes, I remember that Super Bowl. 40-7.
Yeah. With that being said, it's your boy Champ. It's your boy Ink. It's your boy F and Dudes. We'll see you guys soon.
Peace.